Yeah, good morning. In the last class, you learned about the extended ER features. Under the extended ER features, it is categorized of four types: generalization, specialization, attributes of inheritance. Then the final one, the fourth one, we are having aggregation. Coming to specialization, under the specialization, we are describing in the sub attributes or sub entities we are calling as a specialization. For example, if you are taking for the specialization, under the specialization, based on the one entity, when you are deriving the sub entities, under the entity, under the parent entity, what are the attributes will be there? Those attributes will be available under the derived attributes. Under the person entity is a parent entity set. Coming to with the help of the parent entity set, when you are deriving the two entities, that is employee entity and student entity. Coming to the employee entity, we are defining our own attributes. From the parent attribute, from the parent entity, what are the attributes will be there? Those attributes also available under the parent, under the employee entity, under the student entity. Coming to the student entity, we are taking the one more special attribute, we are taking as a total credits. Coming to the employee, we are taking the one more attribute, we are specifying as a salary. Now, this specialization is following the approach top to bottom principle. Coming to the generalization, from the generalization is following from bottom to up. Means it is a reverse to your specialization under the generalization. Under the generalization, from the child elements, from the bottom of the entities, from the bottom of the entities we are grouping and we are making as a one single parent, that we are under the generalization. Means the child elements under the what are the child properties will be there. From the subchild properties, those is available to the grandfather properties. For example, if you are taking as a grandfather, for the grandfather having as a two child will be there, two men's will be male, two sons will be there. From the grandfather having the two sons, from the again the son they are having, again we are having the three more child will be there. What are the child property will be there? The child property is belonging to the son properties belong to grandfather. It is possible under the generalization. Coming to the inheritance attributes, under the inheritance attribute, inheritance attribute, when we are deriving from the parent class to the subclass, the same properties will be available under the inheritance attributes. Coming to the aggregation, aggregation is grouping the data together or binding the data together. What are the similar data will be there? The similar properties of data we can group together with under the aggregation. Now in the today's class we are learning about under the first unit, the some topics is left. Under the first unit, mining, data mining and analysis. How you are analyzing the data analysis, data mining and data analysis. The next we are going for reduction to relational schema. How you want to reduce the relational schema. Then another aspect under the designing the database design. The next, the final is database design for the banking enterprise application. How you want to design the database for your banking enterprise application. We are just focusing the diagram for this one. Next we are going for data mining. Data mining means, in the meaning only will be there. Mining means from where we are digging the data from the database. Now, if you are going for the data warehousing and data mining, actually the mining, if you are taking about the if you are best example, if you are taking as a, we are, maybe you are understanding for the daily life scenarios, maybe we are having as a iron mines will be there, coal mines will be there. Under the coal mines, what they will do, they will dig the coal, they will dig the product of the coal. Coming to your data mining, under the data mining, under the database and the data center, then we are digging the data based on the information, based on the content, we should mine the data, we should retrieve the data. The term data mining refers to the process of the semi-automatically analysis of the larger database to find the useful pattern. What I said means, under the database server, huge amount of data will be there. Based on the requirement of the user, we should retrieve the data. Data mining deals with the larger volume of the data stored under the primarily on the disk. Data mining deals with the knowledge of the discovery of the database. The variety of the possible types of the pattern may be useful for the different techniques used to find the different types of the patterns will be there. Now, if you are going for with the help of the data mining, we are having as a warehouses will be there. Warehouse means it is similar to the warehouse means the content or the data where you are stored. Means, for example, the warehouses we are understanding purpose. Now the database centers is available in different locations will be there. For example, the database centers of the warehouses will be there in Mumbai, Hyderabad and Bangalore, Delhi, Calcutta will be there. In 5 different locations will be there. Under that way, data warehouse, the content of the information we are storing. When you are storing under the warehouse, then if you want to dig the information or if you want to retrieve the information, we are going for the mining. With the help of the mining means the large amount of data, from the large amount of the data, but the user what is the important data is required, that required information we are mining with the help of the data mining. Now if you are having the several techniques will be there, maybe briefly you are learning the one more subject will be there for the data mining, maybe the 6th semester or maybe the 6th or 8th semester will be there. Under the data mining, what are the techniques and the same scenarios will be there. Just we are introduction about the mining and the warehousing. Several techniques and tools are available to help the decision support. Several tools of the data analysis allows the analyst to view the data in the different ways. Means, if you with the help of the data mining nowadays in the market, so many products will be there. So many products will be there. Cognos will be there. Informatica will be there. Means, based on the client requirement, we can map the data with the help of your client based on your requirement. Now, for example, if you are taking nowadays in the cities, we are having the supermarkets will be there. In the DMart will be there. In the DMart, they will store the data from the device under the database. Maybe the n number of products will be there. For the n number of products, they will store the information in the database. At the time of the retrieving from the daily wise, they want to go for the analysis. From the today's, maybe the how much of the product for the particular item it is sold, or maybe the how much of the product it is available under the warehouse. This is possible under the mining and the warehousing is possible. It is with the help of the tools we can find out the information. So many will be there. Quicktile is there. In Informatica will be there. Cognos will be there. So many. With the help of the tools, we can get the data from the device also for analysis purpose. Next, we are going for the reduction under the relational schema. How you want to reduce your relational schema? If you want to reduce means we learn under the extended features. With the help of the ER extended feature, with the help of the entity relational extended features, we can reduce your relational schema. If you want to reduce your relational schema, we can represent with the help of the generalization. Under the generalization, we are having the 2 methods for designing of the relational schema from the ER diagram that includes the generalization. Generalization means it includes the first tier of the low level entity set. Under the generalization, it is the first tier of the low level entity set. The employees and the student, we use the ID, the primary key of the person. Suppose if you want to create from the schema from the high level entity set, from low level entity set we should create the schema for including the attribute, each attribute of the entity set placed from the each attribute of the primary key. The high level entity set we are calling as a parent. That high level entity set we are creating with the help of the person. Under the ER diagram, if you want to see for the person, under the person we are having the ID. The person entity is associated with the attribute ID, name, street and city will be there. Coming to if you are taking for the employee entity, under the employee entity also ID will be there, salary will be there. Coming to under the student also it is associated with the ID and the total credits. Now at the time of we are designing from the high level entity set to the low level entity set, from each entity the primary key should be there. The primary key attribute of the high level entity set become the primary key attribute at all low level entity set. Means at the time of the generalization, under the generalization when you are taking as a person entity, under the person entity when you are defining the attributes ID, name and street, now the ID attribute you are declaring as a primary key. Under the under the parent or under the person entity, what are the attributes will be there? That attributes will be available under the sub entities. The sub entities is student and employees. Now if you want to go for the alternate representation, it is possible for the generalization, disjoint and the completeness will be there. We do not create the schema for the high level entity set instead of even low level entity set. If we are creating the schema at the attribute of the each attribute of the entity set plus from the each attribute of the high level entity set. Under the ER diagrams, two schemas will be there, employee and the student will be there. Under the employee ID, name, street, city and salary, student also ID, name, city. Here the common attributes between the employee and the student, we are having the ID, name and street and city will be there. Specifically we are defining for the employee the attribute is salary, for the student we are defining as a total credit. For both the schema we are have as a ID as a primary key, at the high level entity set as a person. Coming to one is a drawback under the second method, defining of the foreign key would to be avoid this problem. If you want to define under the foreign key under the representation of the generalization, it is a very big headache will be there. Now if you want to create the relation schema consisting at least one primary key attribute as the same entity, the second method we should use as a overlapping the generalization. Some of the values should be the stored in multiple lines. Now if you want to represent under the aggregation, aggregation means grouping the data together. Means under the ER diagram, if you want to represent the aggregation means straightforward should be there. Under the aggregation, we are having as a relationship will be there, evaluation from between the aggregation and the project ID. In the last class, when you are merging the three, when you are grouping the three entities, from the three entities we are giving as a one common relationship. That common relationship we are giving as a evaluation form. Now under the primary key of the entity set evaluation, if you want to see the relationship about the project guide, it includes the attribute, descriptive attribute also will be possible. The transformation relationship and entity will the aggregate entity follows the rules as already defined. Now if you want to define the primary and foreign key on the relationship set applied under involving the aggregation as well, here compulsory we need under the aggregation foreign and primary key is required. Now these are the reductions will be there under the relational schema. Means aggregation will be there, then specialization will be there and generalization will be there. If you want to reduce, we can reduce with the help of schemas in these three scenarios. Next we are going for what is the alternate for designing the database. Previous, if you want to design the database in the first or second class, first designing the database, first what we did means we are collecting the information. After collecting the information from the user or the client, then next we are going for model, we are choosing the model. Now before that we are having the another aspect will be there, we are having as a data flow diagrams will be there. Means without using the data models, first they implemented about the data flow diagrams. With the help of the data flow diagrams, they design the database. Nowadays they are not using for the data flow diagrams. These are other aspects for designing the database. Now if you want to design on the database, we are using the constraints. Under the constraints, we are using the primary key, foreign key, not null, unique and the default constraints will be there. Those constraints we are using at the time of we are designing the database. After using the constraint, next we are going for the normalization. Under the normalization its purpose, the main purpose for redundancy purpose, for eliminating the duplicate data purpose, we are going for the normalization. With these things we are using for designing the database. Now if you want to go for queries also, under the queries we are using under the SQL queries we are using under the designing of the database with the help of the database administrator we are using. Now the next we are going for how you want to design your banking enterprise application. If you want to design the banking enterprise application, first we should collect the information from the user. At the time of the collecting the information from the user, then with the help of the database analyst, then we should go for designing the database. At the time of your designing the database, it is a good design the database or the bad design the database, we should identify. If you are having the bad design database means if you are not used as a constraints and normalization scenarios. Based on that, eliminating the data, redundancy data, then we should consider as a good design database. Now if you want to design the banking enterprise application with the help of ER diagram, here we are using components of the ER diagram, then we are using the extend ER features also. Under the ER diagram, what are the components we learn means around 6 to 7 components we learn. Here entity is representing with the help of rectangle symbol. The oval symbol we are representing with the help of attribute. The oval symbol we are representing with the help of attribute. Between the two entities, when you are representing as a relation, the relation we are representing with the help of the diamond symbol. When you are representing the diamond symbol, for the diamond symbol, above the diamond symbol, if you are giving as a one more attribute, if you are defining under the relationship, then we can call as a descriptive attribute. We can call as a descriptive attribute. Now between the two entities, when you are using the double diamond symbol, then we should consider as a weak entity set. We can consider as a weak entity set. Now if you want to use the aggregation or the specialization under your UR diagram, now based on entity, high level entity, when you are deriving the low level entity, we are using as a relationship. The relationship we are representing with the help of the triangular symbol. In the triangular symbol we are giving as a is a. Account is a saving account. Account is a bank, is a checking account. Now if you want to go for designing your banking application, first we should collect the requirement from the user. Now at the time of your collecting the requirement from the user, first after collecting, then next we should go for schema, database schema. A database schema, it can consist entity name and it is associated with the attributes. For example, if you want to take how many schemas will be there under the database, under designing of the banking enterprise application, what are the schemas will be there? Database schemas will be there means here so many schemas will be there. Payment is a schema. Payment is a database schema. Under the payment schema, we are having the attribute. Payment number, payment date, payment amount. These are the attribute. Now we are designing the database schema for the payment. Coming to the loan is a database schema. For the loan is a database schema. For the database schema, it can consist as a attributes is a amount is a attributes. Loan number is a attribute. Between the loan and the payment, now we are giving as a relation as a weak entity set. We are giving as a relationship as a weak entity set. Why we are giving as a relation as a weak entity set means now under the payment entity, here the strong entity set is not there. Means solid line will be not there under the attribute. Solid number will be not there under the attribute. Now with the help of the double line, it is associating under the loan entity set. Under the loan entity set of the data schema, loan number is a solid line. The loan number it is considering as a primary key. Now with the help of the entity, now we are defining as our own entity. This we can call as defining entity set or owner entity set. Based on your payment entity set, when you are defining the entity set, we can call as defining entity set or owner entity set. Between these two entities, we should give the relationship. Now, under the ER diagram, we can use n number of weak entity sets also. Now, coming to the loan and the loan to the branch. Under the banking, we are having the what will be there? Bank will be under the banking. We are having the what are the requirements will be there means branch name will be there. Branch will be there under the bank. If you are taking as a SBI, for the SBI we are having as a branch. Under the branch, loan will be there, payment will be there, customer will be there, employee will be there, then account will be there. These are the entities or database schemas. Under the if you are designing the banking application and the banking application, these are the database entity sets. Database schemas, or we can call as a data entity set. Branch is an entity, customer is an entity, employee is an entity, then account is an entity, payment is an entity, loan is an entity. Means here we are having only for the 6 entity sets or 6 database design will be there. Now, if you want to talk about the loan to the branch only will give the loan. Under the branch, we are having as a branch name, branch city, and the assets will be there. Branch name, it is acting as a primary key. Now see here, it is having only one branch, under the one branch, here the many, one to many relationship is existing. Coming to the payment to the loan also, many to one is existing. The arrow mark is representing as a one. Here without arrow mark means indirect line means many will be there. Means under the one branch, n number of employees they can take the loan. Now if you are taking about the loan to the customer, now means customer is borrowing the loan. That is the purpose we are giving as a relationship. Under the customer entity, we are having customer ID, customer name, customer street, and customer city. Customer ID it is acting as a primary key. Means here we are not declaring under any weak entity set. Now coming to the customer to the employee. Under the customer to the banker, for the customer to the banker, it is describing the attribute. Described attribute will be there. Under the customer banker, we are defining the descriptive attribute. Descriptive attribute means the customer is which type, maybe the employee, or maybe the under the employee we are having class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 will be there. It is defining with the help of descriptive attribute. Now under the employee entity, we are having employee ID, then employee ID we are having depositor name, employee, starting date, and telephone number, employee name will be there. These are the entities will be there. Now coming to the employee to the work for means between the entity and the relationship here will be there. This we can call as a unary relationship, not a binary relationship. Means employee manage work from, means work from for employee. This is a relation between under your, maybe sometimes maybe they are asking for the 5 marks, maybe the daily life example for designing for the ER diagram for your university exam. Maybe the daily life example they can ask, maybe the library, or maybe the banking application, maybe the hospital management, maybe they can ask any diagram for your daily life example for your theory exam. Thank you. In the today's class, you learn these scenarios. In the next class, we are going for the practical scenarios about SQL commands and the constraints.